deal, I am back and you caught me mid-process, and the reason why is my phone died. So there you go. I had started to paint this from brown to orange, which I already did. Now I'm filling in the gaps with purple. The way I made my purple is I mixed it on camera, but you didn't get to see it. This white and this purple. The reason I did that is the white dries kind of textured, so I thought that that would add like a bit of a 3D effect. So I did leave them kind of, I tried to leave them kind of lumpy. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, so they've had a little bit of time to dry because I had to go through and mess with my camera. And let me move my tape line. Let me see. There we go. So you guys can see it. So I started painting and then I just kind of stopped painting because I had a phone issue. My phone just like cut off and I was like in the middle of talking, and then I realized that, yeah, it was just better to start over. How's that? It was just better to start over than to mess with that. So, also I was telling a story and I was mid-story and I was like, you know, I can't tell that story and leave off where I left off. And yeah. Story time with CYP. Anyway, now you'll never know the story I was telling. That's okay. This is all dry. I just went and put my hand down and I was like, oh no! Okay. It's all dry. Don't worry. I was talking about the fact that I don't do lives and why. And I will actually tell you guys that. Part of the reason is I don't look at my phone while I am filming because I am painting and looking at what I am painting. And I don't believe I have the mental capacity to paint and answer questions or interact. So someday maybe I'll do a premiere in which I am not having to, you know, paint and type. But I don't think I'm going to ever, or at least right now, attempt to do lives. And I am going through with a bigger brush and globbing in where I can glob in, and then going through with a littler brush the details. So I am using 2 different brushes. And since these are all just abstracty lines, I am not at all concerned with if I accidentally paint over the brown or the orange. Because y'all saw me put my lines in and they were all just kind of guidelines. Guidelines, not harsh lines of reality. So, because this is just abstract. And I am not sure whether or not I want to do a gradient. I'm kind of thinking I don't want to do a gradient on the purple. And I know that I don't have enough purple paint here to do 2 coats. So if this one coat is not good enough and I have to go back over, then the colors are not going to match. So, because I didn't really, I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, I just mixed a little bit. I didn't mix enough to do 2 coats, I don't think. So I am trying to make sure that I am not leaving any white spots. Well, there wouldn't be any white spots because this isn't a white canvas. But, unpainted spots. How's that? Gaps. And the other side right now is not painted. And because I am a twirler, and I am twirling a lot, you will see that I have to be careful. Like, actually, as I said that, I'm trying not to leave any blue. I see a blue. See? Right here, I see blue. There we go. That's covered. Okay. Because I am twirling things a lot, the other sides of things are getting messed up in my process. So the first side, I can be kind of a little more crazy, but when I go to do the second part, the bottom half, I have to be way more careful not to get the paint from the one I'm painting onto the other side, because they are all double-sided. And so that is definitely a huge issue for me. I have messed up my scallops. So, yeah. And I'm going to have to repaint that. And I think I might repaint it different because I am actually not a fan of the pink scallops after I finished it. And so I'm going to repaint it. I don't know what I'm going to repaint it to. Here, let me show you how I messed it up. See? I did show you before that I messed it up. And I can't remember if it was on the video I deleted or the video before. Anyway, so if I didn't show you, here it is. If I did, then whatever. Because I did film multiple days videos today. So here is what it will look like. I'm trying not to touch it. So I really like this blue. It's got a little peach. It's very, very Monet, isn't it? Look at that. Very Monet background. I like it. But our dear Vicky said she really liked the scallops. And so, where is my other canvas? What did I do? Give me a second. I did make another canvas that was scallops. There you go. Very bright. and the opposite side's not painted. I'll do it later. So I did another scallop. I did it different colors. I'm not going to go over it with lines. I think I like it better that way. And there you go. I think I'm going to go here and here. And then I'm going to do this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And that way, if I run out of paint, I'm going in angles. Does that make sense? Like if I do one here and one here, and then this one here, and this one here, and this one here. That way, if I run out of paint, this portion will be a different. Instead of going a gradient just angled, I'll do, I know what I'm thinking. I know what I'm thinking. Y'all don't need to know what I'm thinking. Actually, let me take the paintbrush out of my mouth while I'm talking. I did see over here somewhere, because as I twist it, sometimes I see that a little bit of color has come through. So I need to come over it and yeah. There we go. And over here, there we go. That's not quite colored like it should be. There we go, right to the edge. There we go. Is everything colored? No. Oh my goodness, over here is not colored either. I wonder if I need to get my glasses checked. I think it's just the angles. When you're looking at something from one angle, it looks one way and it looks complete. But remember, I'm using kind of gloppy 3D paint. Gloppy. So I think I've made it to the edge. But then when I go and look at it from a different angle, because like right here, I have a little bit of depth blocking my sight from this line, which is why I have to keep turning things to make sure that I'm getting everything completely to the edge. Because it can be deceptive. Or it can just dry, you know, however it dries. So and I don't want to have to repaint these purples multiple coats, because the brown and the orange are actually multiple coats. And I know it probably doesn't look like it, but honestly, they were. They were multiple coats. So, and I did intentionally leave them streaky and crazy looking. And I'm trying not to leave the purple streaky, or at least too streaky. I mean, there are places where there's some white paint in the purple. See right there? I don't care about that. I mean, I'm trying not to leave, I didn't want to leave it like overly, what's the word? Crazy? Yeah, crazy. I wanted it to be more homogeneous, but not, if there's like a little like white, I don't care. I did mix the paint, so I just mixed it with the back of a brush, because that's how I mix paint. And I did not try to mix it perfectly. Like, I can get in there better if I really wanted to. But I was like, yeah, it's cool. There's a little variation. It's fun. I just didn't want it to be overly variated. And you're going to look at it and probably see that the ones that I had pre-painted before you came, before I started filming, before you came, yes, before you came to visit, before I started filming and before you saw them, they were, yeah. That's my dorky voice. So they weren't quite dry, but they weren't quite wet. So there is some variation in color between like this one and this one. But when it dries, it'll all darken up. It's all gonna darken up. Nothing you see is the right color right now. I mean, except for the browns and the oranges. They've already darkened up. But things, the paint is always lighter and then it dries a shade darker. So when I'm painting, I have to always keep that in mind. And that looks pretty darn good. There's a couple of places where I think I see a little not as dark. Because remember, I want this paint to be different, because this is flat, completely flat. It may look a little textured, but it's feeling-wise flat. But that white paint dries not flat, or not as flat. It can dry with a little tiny bit of a texture, which is why I used the white paint, because I actually was going to use this color, which is a lighter purple, and then decided instead to use a darker purple and some white so that I could have texture. Because again, this is not a painting that's going on the wall. These are paintings that are going to be chopped up and become a puzzle. So it should be fun for somebody to be able to have not just a visual, but a textural thing too going on. At least that's my thought. My thought process is that this is not going to be hung on a wall. It's going to be cut and touched and felt and played with. And if they want to hang it on a wall, they can after they do the puzzle. But it's meant to be a puzzle. And those are smaller humps. So I'm going to get my smaller brush, come in, dink, dink. Because, you know, I don't just paint, I also make sound effects. Oh my goodness. Okay, that looks good. You know what doesn't look good? Right over here. I have a problem with this lump. For some reason, I feel like I'm seeing some gray here. And I don't know if I actually am seeing gray or not. But I do want to kind of fluff it a little more. There we go. I'm going to switch my brushes again. You know what? Okay, there we go. And the brush I'm not using, I just dipped in water. We're going to go inside first. This one. And then outside, so if I accidentally touch, you know, same concept as I've been trying to do, which I've not been doing great with, because I do accidentally touch things. Because I'm a toucher. There we go. And see, I'm not afraid of the big curves, but some of these little curves, I don't think I can get in with this brush. So I'm just trying to, you know. Make sure I'm doing everything right. I think I'm going to finish painting this one right here. And then when I'm done, I'm going to cut off my video. And I'm just going to finish painting it without you guys watching. Because this is going to be boring. But my thought process is, I'm going to finish these ones up. And then I might have to switch paint. And if I do, it's going to be a different toned purple. But all of these will be the same, yeah, tone. Not, I don't know what that means. It'll be different. It'll be a different color. I'm not going to go for exactly the same color. I'm not even going to try that. Because I don't think I'm going to be successful doing that. And so I think it would be better for me to just attempt to do it differently. A different color of purple. I mean, I can always do like a different shade, like a lighter color or something. But I think I might actually want to add an actual different like a completely different thing. Like more red or more blue or more something. To the purple. I don't want it to just be like darker or lighter. Like an actual different, you know. feel. And then I'll go back through and make sure that there's no insanity showing anywhere on the edge. Like right here, I can see a little bit of gray, and that's my pencil line. And right here, I did not get all the way to the edge. Even though I thought I did not. And up here, I can definitely see a white. And come on, cover that gray. So anywhere I see gray, I know that's a pencil line. Like right here, I see a little bit of the pencil line. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can. And whoever is doing this puzzle will be able to. Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Oh, right here. There's a little bit of blue. Oh, there we go. Gotta change the line a little bit right there. Ooh, and I see a blue right there. I would say that I'm seeing white through the paint, but it's not white. It's the blue. It's just like spots where it's not colored. And I guess because it's blue, I mean, it does kind of blend in better than if it was just a plain bright white. And maybe you guys can't see it as well, but I definitely can see where it's not quite. When I'm up close and personal. Like there's a little dot here. There we go. And so I just need to finish painting this one, this one, this one, and this one. Because that will be the lines. And then the rest of these can be some other color. And I'll probably do it the same pattern, which is I'll go this way, and this way, and then this way, and this way. And then if I run out of paint, I can just, you know what I mean? Are you feeling me? Okay, good. I'll talk to you later. And of course, like I said, the back side of this is not painted. So after I'm done painting this, I'm going to be very cautious not to ruin another thing. Bye.